Sports Action present the official Football League video. The West Ham United story, 1988-89. Upton Park is one of the great football theatres. The Hammers have a reputation for marvellously entertaining football, even if it doesn't always guarantee the right results. It's a fine balance which, this season, just goes wrong. Relegation, albeit in the last match, cost John Lyall his job as manager. He'd been a Hammer since joining as an office boy 32 years ago. Nevertheless, there are some tremendous games to enjoy, including the demolition of Liverpool and the late effort to stay in the First Division. Here then, West Ham's season. It begins with two signings. Striker David Kelly comes from Walsall for £600,000 to replace Tony Cottee. Alan McKnight, the keeper, comes from Celtic at £250,000. With Tom McAllister established in the Hammers' goal, McKnight must wait for his first team chance. But Kelly makes his debut in the opening match of the season. That's at Southampton. He'll make his home debut a week later against Charlton Athletic. First to the Dell.
Letitia. Southampton rather losing their way for a moment, but they're keeping the ball. And they've scored! Ball right out. Right out. Cockerell. And that's a beautiful chip. 2-0. Played in behind Paul Hilton, and right out gets his second, Southampton's third, with the help of Colin Clark. Not the start to the season that West Ham were looking for. They'll be glad to see the back of this match. Letitia, there could be more problems ahead for the Hammers. It's 4-0.
Leeburn jumping, Mortimer chasing, McAllister's come, oh that's a total disaster for Tom McAllister, and Williams won't get an easier goal all season. McKenzie, Williams again, 2-0 Charlton and 2 for Williams. Shirtlift policing David Kelly, who might get a chance yet, and over he goes, that's a penalty surely. No complaints from Shirtliff. Keane against Boulder, and Kevin Keane scores West Ham's first goal of the season. Here's Stewart. Leeburn waiting in the middle. Here is Leeburn, and Robson on the far post. Oh, that'll carry in. An own goal by Stuart Robson.
Hardly an ideal start. 2 heavy defeats, 7 goals conceded. That means Alan McKnight gets a crack at first team action at Wimbledon. The Villa is the Hammers' next home game. Later we'll travel to Old Trafford to face Manchester United. First, a welcome win at Plough Lane.
Rosinia's touch, and there's one for David Kelly to chase. Green's come all the way to meet him. May well have carried the ball out, in fact. Kelly's appealing, and I think the referee agrees with him. And that'll be a free kick to West Ham in a position that could cause Wimbledon some problems. Ward. Yes! May well have got a deflection, but Mark Ward will claim it. West Ham are in front. Eric Young's underneath that. Good header, off the bar. and out by Hilton. Here's Joseph, the fullback, well forward. And he's round the back too. Wise! Off the line by George Paris. The danger still not past. Paris still there on the line, in fact. And a good job too.
Rosenior almost backing into Mountfield, but he won it well. Rosenior! Paris, pressed by Daly, a mistake by Paris, a bad one too, Platt, but he's let him off the hook. Andy Gray gets there first. On it's come for McInally. West Ham really the latest side to feel the force of Alan McInally's striking power this season. He's already got 5 goals now. David Platt. There might be another in the offing here for him. There is! And Villa lead by 2. Robson. That's a splendid pass for Rosenior. And Spink got there twice. Devonshire, worth a crack, and it's found its way in off the post and the back of Mountfield. Kelly must do it, yes! 2 goals in 3 minutes, and that's the first for David Kelly in Division 1.
Played towards Rosenior, but it was Bruce's header. Nice touch from Ward. Stuart Robson joining in. Stuart Robson's chip. Rosenior getting up at the far side. Quite a muddle in there. Hilton trying to get a turn on the ball, and Leighton made a very good reflex save, and it's just gone over the top. What an amazing tussle that was. In the midst of it all, a superb reflex save from Jim Leighton. But a real opportunity for West Ham to take an unexpected lead. What a scramble it was. The turn by Hilton in the shot, well saved by Jim Leighton, and the ball agonisingly just over the crossbar for West Ham. Oh, misunderstanding there leaves Sharp free with McClare outside him. Into the path of Brian Robson, just wide. Clare with a little back heel. Robson getting in there as well, trying to make things happen for United. Ward now for West Ham. Certainly a good competitive game, and a lovely piece of play here by young Mark Ward. Straight at Leighton. Peter Davenport to McClare to Davenport. A brilliant goal for Manchester United by Peter Davenport. Superbly executed from first to last. What a classic move. One-touch stuff as Davenport gets it back and slots it magnificently past McKnight for United to go into the lead. Bruce to Robson. McClare on the far side, gathering it well. Hit a really good, powerful shot from a difficult angle. And there was a degree of difficulty also for Alan McKnight keeping that one out. Blackmore. Trying to get Robson in again. Here he is. Brian Robson, against the post. He scored in each of the 2 last league games for Manchester United. That looked a certainty that he'd make it 3 out of 3. And a header there by Robson just over the top. The man's been an inspiration to Manchester United for quite a while now, and particularly on this afternoon. his work through the middle of the field and his ability to get into forward positions as there. Looked as though he might have been fouled there. Saw an opportunity of a shot on goal though, kept his feet, and McKnight did well with a touch against the post. Clare, Davenport. Once more. Davenport's header. Might come for Hughes. He's off the mark at last. His first goal since returning to Old Trafford. And that almost certainly will put the game safe for Manchester United. It's a goal they've threatened for quite a little while, and again Peter Davenport played a big part in it with that little flick on with his head. Hughes wriggled himself clear, and the goal was there at his mercy. Beardsmore's cross, Davenport's flick, and Hughes is finish. 2-0.
It's still a poor start for the Hammers, just 4 points from 5 games, just the 1 win over Wimbledon. A welcome relief, though, in the Littlewoods Cup. The Hammers' best showing of the season. They beat Sunderland 3-0 at Roker Park. League form, though, is still worrying, and 2 more defeats against Arsenal and Middlesbrough. The Gunners first.
Here's Ward. Floated nicely, and Kelly couldn't keep the volley down. Groves. Here's Smith. Well, everything he hits at the moment ends up in the back of the net. Marwood. Adams got a touch to it. Smith. And it was Rosenior who came back to concede the corner. 2 West Ham players going for the same ball, and yes, it's a goal, the second for Smith. Robson, still Ward to the right. Dickens took it beautifully on the half turn. Good spell this for West Ham, and Ward planting in another testing ball that Kelly nearly converted. Rosenior. Arsenal have let him run a long way, and Lukic at full stretch. Rocastle. Michael Thomas almost getting in his way, but he's made the right run now, and it hit the bar. And the gap's continuing to open up for Arsenal as West Ham push more and more players forward. Hayes, Thomas trying to stay onside. He's done that, and he's got the third. Kelly. He's first to his feet, and Tony Adams got in the way. It's not West Ham's day. Dixon sensing the opportunity to go forward again, and Rocastle wraps it up for Arsenal. 4-1.
Hamilton battling away with Dickens, and Hamilton's won it too. He's got Slavin in some space to his left. Here is Bernie Slavin. Hamilton again, and here's Burke. Good strike and a very good save. Pallister striding elegantly forward, and Barakam again. Here is Slavin. Pallister's gone on square of him. Pallister, McKnight beaten this time.
The cup form is a complete contrast. The Hammers again beat Sunderland in the second leg of the Littlewoods Cup for a 5-1 aggregate win. Same old story in the league though. Defeats against Queen's Park Rangers and Liverpool, although the Hammers get a much needed league win over Newcastle. All the action coming up. First, a London derby at Queen's Park Rangers.
West Ham knocking the ball around well, belying their poor start to the season. Devonshire. Here's Paul Ince. This is no easy ride for Rangers. Dix. Devonshire seeing a lot of the ball. Kelly dispossessed cleanly by Parker. Nicely laid off by Falco. But again, West Ham stopping Queen's Park Rangers making any meaningful progress. It's a deep ball in from Dix to Rosenior. Kelly's helped it on and just wide. And again, John Lyall will be pleased with the way his team has started the game. It's quite a struggle between Maddox and Rosenior. And it went West Ham's way. Here's Mark Ward. Rosenior. Ince, can he turn? His shirt was being pulled there, but it's a goal in any case from David Kelly. And really West Ham deserved this lead, which has come on the half hour. Another well-constructed move, and probably they should have had a penalty in any case. McDonald on Ince. Instead, they have an orthodox goal from Kelly. Barker. It's Steen making the run, and Julian Dix collides with him. It's a penalty. Well, the West Ham player was Dix, who will perhaps feel he was harshly done by, but the referee pointed straight to the spot. Now, 2 weeks ago at Millwall, Trevor Francis had a penalty saved. Oh, and now he's put it wide. 2 blots on what has been otherwise a terrific start to the season for Francis. We won't want to see that again. Ince has got a foot in. Possibilities here for Kelly. Well, he's taken the shot early, and Nicky Johns had it covered. Great work there by Maddox. Steen! A terrific volley. Queen's Park Rangers were in need of a touch of inspiration, and little Mark Steen has supplied it. From the cross from Francis, he swept it in. Rosenior hit the post, hit the goalkeeper and stayed out. Well, playing against an old club often brings out the best in footballers, and it's certainly doing that to Leroy Rosenior. There's a foul by Francis on Ince. Devonshire. Dickens might just get there first. He's done that. Well, whether he was going for a shot from the tight angle, only Dickens will know. It might have been a mishit cross, but it was another scare for Queen's Park Rangers. It's Maddox. They've turned it round. Beardsley found himself facing the goal and the ball rolling invitingly towards him. It was off a fortunate ricochet for Rangers and they took full advantage.
Here's Ward again probing that Newcastle left. Hendry policing him, but they've let Ward get all the way to the byline. And Devonshire, very good save by Besant. Devonshire with the corner for West Ham. Here's Dix, Ward calling for it, he can strike them from there, and did! And again Besant called upon to make another very good stop. Stewart over the ball whilst Mirandinha continues the conversation with the dugout. Dix, that's a lovely ball. Alan Devonshire. Slater. That'll be a free kick to West Ham. Taken quickly by Devonshire. And here's Dickens. Another good stop by Besant. Dickens again. They've beaten him at last. Alan Dickens and Newcastle caught cold. Tony Gale, easily done. Slater again, who's been making the most of his chance in Rosenior's absence this afternoon. He's running at Anderson and getting the better of Anderson as well. Now he needs support. Clipped in there by Dickens. Slater chasing again, and that might just be a penalty. And the referee's given it. Stewart against Besant. Yes, comfortably done. 2-0 West Ham.
Aldridge. Houghton. Can Barnes manufacture something? Oh, inside of the post from Beardsley. It's still in play. And again, this time off the bar. How did West Ham survive? Peter Beardsley struck the inside of the West Ham post. Houghton's cross. Barnes had a wave at it with the right foot. Beardsley with the left. McKnight was just a spectator. Houghton. Oh, Beardsley again with terrific trickery. Barnes, rush to the near post. Round the back is Aldridge. And Rush. And Houghton. It hit Martin. Beardsley. Dickens trying to find a way out, and he's got help from Devonshire. Ward charging through the middle. That was what West Ham have been looking for on the counter-attack in the second half. But in fairness to Liverpool, they were ready for it. Rush, good effort, great play. Rush really is back in business. Just when West Ham had threatened at the other end, it's McKnight, the goalkeeper, who's beaten. A little ball juggling there, a blast with the left foot. And Ian Rush collects his third goal now in 4 games, coming with 23 minutes gone in the second half. Liverpool lead. Kelly trying to screen it away from Ablett. Here's Dickens. Slater to his left. Dickens goes the direct way and was only inches the wrong side of the post. West Ham in need of positive thinking. A goal down, and they got it from Dickens. Well, it's Kelly who's going to go off for Rosenior. Leroy Rosenior has been hampered by hamstring trouble. And West Ham rolling up their sleeves to try and make the maximum use of the time that remains. But Burrows. And here's Beardsley, and and that's 2-0, and that may well be the 3 points for Liverpool. The referee, though, needs a second opinion. He certainly awarded the goal. And he confirms his decision. West Ham, led by Ray Stewart, are not accepting that decision willingly. It's a question of whether there was a player interfering in an offside position there as Beardsley tucked it in.
So West Ham are 19th, but there's fresh optimism with Tony Gale and Alvin Martin back in the heart of defence for the first time in 10 months. League form is disregarded again in the Littlewoods Cup. West Ham thrashed Derby, Peter Shilton included, 5-0. Martin grabs 2 of the goals. Now they must try to convert cup form into league points. The next match is away to Coventry, where Kelly gets his 6th of the season.
Kevin Keane, nicely done. Ward, Dickens is stealing through the middle, and that's a good run by Potts. Here is Dickens, against the post, Kelly. That'll do his confidence no harm at all. Stones, Bannister jumping. Empson. Oh, it'll come for Regis, who must score, surely. Yes! Oh, and there's a flag on the far side. Empson battling away again. He's gone all the way. Good stop. Burrows. That's a good cross. Speedy jumping. McKnight just got his fingertips to it. Coventry have done everything so far except score. What now? Burrows. 9 minutes left. Smith. Thompson! And McKnight beaten at last by the substitute, Keith Thompson.
That draw at Coventry is followed by another at home to Nottingham Forest. Coming up, action from a 6-goal thriller at Upton Park.
Finding David Kelly. Corner for West Ham. Sending Gale and Alvin Martin forward. Corner number 5 up from the defence. Gale yet to get on the score sheet this season. He's missed a fair bit of it already because of injury on the opening day. And Ince with a shot driven just wide. Paul Ince playing in midfield now for West Ham, having started the season as their sweeper. And Steve Sutton with the kick. A good break here for West Ham with Kelly. West Ham in the lead. Forest looking in disbelief, feeling there was a foul on Walker by Kelly, but exactly the start the home side wanted. And some excellent finishing there by David Kelly, the Republic of Ireland international, scored from Walsall. Well, was there a foul on Kelly? Forest thought there was. The referee stayed silent. Kelly went on, puts it wide of Steve Sutton. West Ham into a lead with only 2 minutes gone. Good pace and movement in the early moments of this game from two sides, two clubs whose aim always is to play good, attractive football. Well, nothing terribly attractive about that challenge by Dickens on Starbuck. Provides Nottingham Forest with another free kick.
try for Starbuck. Blocked well by Kevin Keane, but then the corner goes to Nottingham Forest. Starbuck will take. Should be another corner. Obviously, something must have happened down in there, because the West Ham players and the crowd behind that goal felt otherwise. That's the shorter one this time for Starbuck. Brian Rice crossing it in. He's got a good left foot.
And on the far side, they've got it in again. And Nigel Clough, the scorer this time for Nottingham Forest. Alone at the far post there, after the flick on by Colin Foster was the important moment. The big former Orient defender. The flick on is there, Clough's at the far post, and Forest are level.
Owen Martin to Tony Gale. Still 1-1. Dick's playing it forward to Kelly. Free kick to Nottingham Forest. Kelly leaning all over Des Walker in Forest number 4. A London boy born in Hackney. Given against Alvin Martin, who claims, if anything, he was the one being backed into by Lee Chapman. So Pearce lining up behind this one again with Clough. Pearce or Clough? It's going to be Clough curling it, and a magnificent goal by Nigel Clough. A superb free kick, aimed to perfection and curling over that wall, and just inside the post. Astonishing free kick goal by Nigel Clough. Rice getting it forward towards Chapman. Got the edge on Martin at the moment. Plays it back again. Hodge! Brilliant work by Chapman. The pace and the power of the man was too much for Alvin Martin. And the run of his was close on 40 yards. And the payoff was absolutely perfect for Steve Hodge. Foothold somewhere before half-time to get back into this game. 3-1 down. Right, come to Kelly! And they've got it! Kelly's second goal. And West Ham's getting back with optimism. Pretty unorthodox goal. He scored it while he was on the ground. And at the end of the day, they all count. Ward's cross, and I think it was a good jump here by Alvin Martin. Indeed it was, and while he was still on the ground, under the body of Steve Sutton. That comes for Ward, it does. Rossini trying to get on the end of it again. Now what can he produce? Well watched by Foster. Now Ward again. Good play there by Mark Ward. And some more to come maybe. Oh, indeed.
Pearce is after him.
shove by Stuart Pearce. The referee had a good look at it, thought that it was a dive. But West Ham aren't finished yet. Ward playing it into Rosenior! A brilliant goal! 3-3! What a fabulous game this is turning out to be. Taken there by Ince. And how appropriate that should have come from Mark Ward. Floating a delightful ball directly to the head of Rosenior. Wide of Sutton, and West Ham are level at 3-3. Brady. Now Ward. Brady again. His little touch now for Tony Gale. Oh, off the Forest crossbar.
Great entertainment and a great fight back by the Hammers, and that point good enough to keep them above Spurs, Wimbledon and Newcastle. West Ham's cup form continues in the CMOD competition with another sparkling 5-2 win over West Bromwich Albion. Rosenior gets 4 of the goals. Interest in the CMOD Cup though ends at Watford. The Hammers are beaten on penalties. And there are further losses in the league at Luton and home to Everton, where Tony Cottee returns with his new club. First, let's go to Kenilworth Road.
Johnson. Kingsley Black. And again. It found its way into the bottom corner. Harford looks very well balanced on this pitch, and so too does David Oldfield. And he's presented an open goal to Roy Wegerle, who was onside the goal stands. Oldfield getting the better of Dix. Here's Black. Same shot, same corner, and Kingsley Black's got his second and Luton's third. Keane. Martin. Well, West Ham must have been shaken up by the half-time talk. Oldfield, who deserves a goal, and he's not going to get one here. But Wilson might, and he has done. And that rounds it off nicely for Luton Town.
Back at Upton Park, the disappointing form goes on against Everton. Alan McKnight saving well from Stuart McCall, but the keeper will be unhappy about Everton's eventual winner. Kevin Ratcliffe winning possession for Everton. Tony Cottee involved in the build-up against his former club. Trevor Stevens' shot slipping past McKnight. 0-1.
Well, the Hammers league record makes grim reading. Played 14, only 2 wins, 3 draws, 9 defeats, just 13 goals scored and 29 conceded, only 9 points so far. Compare that to the cup form, 4 wins out of 5, 16 goals scored and only 4 conceded. And now it's Liverpool at Upton Park for the Littlewoods Cup 4th round. Can the Hammers Cup form continue against the champions? And coming up now, extended highlights of one of the great nights in the club's history.
So Liverpool get the game underway in that silvery light blue strip of theirs, attacking the goal to our left. On a ground where they have such happy memories. They've only been beaten here once in their last 9 visits. West Ham currently one off the bottom of the table with only 1 win in their last 6. And West Ham, in fact, with a very good record in the Littlewoods Cup, having scored 5 here against Derby County. They also got another 5 in the CMOD Cup against West Bromwich Albion. And back from Ablett.
to West Ham. Whelan playing it out to Beardsley. Spackman playing it roving roll down that left-hand side in the absence of John Barnes. Beardsley getting the ball inside again, and it's crossed in, and, well, a miraculous piece of goalkeeping there by McKnight. The flag was up, in fact. Some great work for Liverpool by Staunton, taking that pass from Beardsley. And the flag was up, and Alvin Martin is down and injured. Staunton getting inside Devonshire, and Aldridge and McKnight clashing there along with Alvin Martin. Staunton doing so well here, and a good reaction piece of goalkeeping. In fact, the flag at that point was already up. Straight to Brady, releasing Kelly. Quite an interesting one. West Ham win their first corner of the game thanks to Steve Staunton. After some good work there for West Ham by David Kelly. Devonshire will take the kick. Gale and Kelly are in the 6-yard area. Martin lurking on the edge of the penalty area. Devonshire with it. Gale, a little back heel, and Ince was very nearly on it. And got a knock for his pains, but it was a really nifty piece of play there by West Ham. Devonshire now finding Brady. Onto that left foot again. Floated in there towards Kelly. Martin trying to get in there as well. And a goal! It's Paul Ince! So Paul Ince, his first league goal, or at least his first major goal of the season, scored one in the Simod Cup, and now has really set the cat amongst the pigeons with a spectacular volley there that Hooper could touch but couldn't stop. And now what are we going to get? They said West Ham had little hope. Now we'll see again what the powers of recovery are in this Liverpool side. Beardsley. Spackman. Don't see any signs of worry on Kenny Dalglish's face on the right of the picture sitting down there, but inside him he knows now that his side have got quite a fight. Dickens. Oh, taking a good ball there from Devonshire. Kelly's waiting in the middle, and so too was Steve Nicol. So another West Ham corner. Devonshire again will take it. A shake of the head from Mike Hooper. A smile of delight for West Ham. A salute from Paul Ince. And from a corner, again, West Ham have struck. There's the header by Paul Ince. The dive of Hooper is beyond him. And we're in for a sensational night of football here. Coming up to 25 minutes gone. Fell behind all the Liverpool players, rushing towards McKnight's goal there. Henderson playing it again towards Steve Nicol, who's up there. Aldridge again looking to get in. And what's he given? He's given a penalty, I think, to Liverpool.
He's given a penalty for Liverpool for pushing down by the defender. Let's have a look at this. Well, that looked a perfectly good header to me, I must say. But it's what Mr. Ashworth, the referee, unless he gave it for the earlier jump, by Martin, looked okay. Well, Liverpool now with Aldridge. 2-1. So we get another twist. Aldridge, who scored from the spot in the league match here last season, but then against Tom McAllister, sends McKnight the wrong way. And Liverpool are back in it. Play short for Brady. Chipping it towards Rosenior. Oh, a brilliant piece of keeping there by Mike Hooper. And in the meat of the boot did Rosenior. With that left foot after Brady had chipped it in. And it fell nicely for Rosenior. Hit it well, but straight at the keeper, who gathered it well. This is Ince. Gale. Brady. Took forward towards Kelly. A half-time whistle. Blues for the referee, but applause for two sets of players who've given us a great first half. West Ham with that astonishing start with 2 goals in the space of 3 minutes midway through the half from Paul Ince. And then the penalty from John Aldridge bringing Liverpool back into it, and they began to play with much more menace as we came towards half-time. Still, people will talk about this penalty award at half-time. There's no foul there. Was there a foul here? Was Martin pushing down? Maybe he was before he began his jump. The referee decided it was a penalty. So West Ham seeking to protect this 2-1 lead, get us underway now. They, remember, attack the goal to our left. Although you fancy, by the way, that Liverpool were moving towards half-time. It might be better to say defending the goal to our right. Ince. Senior's back flick caught by Ablett. And now Houghton off on that busy run of his. Aldridge looking up to see what was on, and in fact he was on target. And McKnight had to get down at that near post. Good piece of striking here by Aldridge, looking up in the first place to see, there you saw it, to see who was on, and then sending in a shot that would have just crept in the near post. Spreading it wide for Peter Beardsley. Aldridge waiting at the far post. And that looked like a shot by Martin on Aldridge. In fact, I have to say that looked more a penalty than the one that was given in the first half. Beardsley with the cross. And the referee decided to goal kick. Goes Rossini. There's Devonshire. Trying to play it in for Kelly, but again that man Steve Nichols there. The free kick to West Ham. The impression this is going to develop into a really tense evening, wondering whether West Ham will be able to hold on as Liverpool appear more and more to be getting into their stride. It's Steve Potts with the free kick for West Ham. Dane is in there again. Might come for Rosenior. Kelly was trying to make something of it. Martin also. In the end, West Ham have it here with Dix. And back through to Hooper. Benison. Beardsley. Beautifully there by Paul Ince. The touch by him to Brady. Brady now to Kelly. Rosenior's made a break through the middle. Too high for him, but not for Staunton. Oh, it's in there! An own goal by Steve Staunton. Head in
for Mike Hooper, and all he did was get it in just inside the post. There's the cross, there was the cushioned header by the fullback. Hooper was down for it off the post, and West Ham are 3-1 ahead. Steve Staunton own goal, Kelly's cross. A nightmare there for the young defender. And West Ham 3-1 up. He couldn't keep it in. West Ham throw again. Kelly looking to get something on the turn there. Ince with the shot! Oh, miraculous piece of keeping by Hooper. In fact, the flag was up on the far side for an offside. But again, it was Ince with the shot. A real waspish effort, that one, and a splendid piece of goalkeeping by Mike Hooper. An offside given against Racine. And goes Dix again. Oh, my goodness. It was Spackman, whose boot was high, caught Dix on the side of the head. It was unintentional. I think Spackman going for the ball, and Dix ducking in there. So Spackman coming in there, and just catching the West Ham left back on the side of the face. He's built of pretty strong stuff. Now I think he's saying, I want to go on. Well, that's the spirit of the night for West Ham. They were trying to get Julian Dix off. Oh, I think he's saying there's a battle to be won here, and I want to be a part of it. Well, Gale is excellent at dipping little free kicks, and Brady is also lined up there. West Ham 3-1 up, and it's going to be Gale who clips it. He's got it in there. 4-1. His first goal of the season, and what a marvellous moment to get it. I said he was pretty adept at firing in that sort of free kick, and here indeed is the proof as Brady jumps over it, and there was space enough there over the wall beyond Hooper into the net. 4-1. We are now heading for the sensational result of the season. The free kick by Martin, pushing in on the back of Aldridge. It's going to take a real superhuman effort even by this superhuman Liverpool side to pull this one round now. Well, they haven't always been as complimentary this season to the West Ham side. But the true supporters have stuck with John Lyall's team, and they've got their real reward here tonight. In goes Dix. Comes to Rossigna! Oh, he's brought down there by Watson. When he was clear, it's at least a yellow card. And maybe looking at that, he was fortunate to get away with a yellow card. Well, it worked the last time, Brady running over it and Gale dipping it into the corner. This time Gale's run over it. Brady clipped off the wall, a corner for West Ham. Never really allowed fully to settle into their stride. 4-1. Devonshire. A touch by Diggins. Oh, Hooper seemed to see that a little late. The final whistle. And we've had really one of the most astonishing nights of the season One of the most astonishing results of the season set underway for West Ham with those 2 goals midway through the first half by Paul Ince. And although Liverpool pulled one back with a penalty spot from John Aldridge, the own goal by Steve Staunton and then the free kick by Tony Gale set the seal on a tremendous night for West Ham. So Upton Park buzzing with the news of the final scoreline here in the Littlewoods Cup. West Ham United 4, Liverpool 1.
So the Hammers responsible for Liverpool's worst ever defeat in the competition. Can they now reproduce that kind of form in the league? They've got games against Millwall, Sheffield Wednesday and Spurs in a busy build-up to Christmas. First, a visit to the Den, where the Hammers claim their 1,000th win in league football.
McCleary. Picked off though by Ince, and that's a neat turn by Alan Dickens. Kelly going to the left, Rosenior to the right, and he couldn't control it. Oh, and Dawes, a terrible back pass, and Paul Ince must score. And Millwall, usually so resilient at home, have thrown away a goal here. O'Callaghan, up by Ince, back by Stevens. Cascarino, terrific save by McKnight. Riley. O'Callaghan, what was he doing?
2 successes behind them, and West Ham fancy their chances against Sheffield Wednesday. But the old league failings return at Upton Park, and the Hammers have to settle for a goalless draw. They're unlucky though. Liam Brady crashing a shot against the bar with the right foot. Next, it's Tottenham.
Devonshire. Well, West Ham at last showing signs of getting going here. Spurs have settled much more quickly and have played really all the football in the first half of this first half, and Mabbutt continuing in that theme. Here's Walsh. Mabbutt staying forward. Waddle joining in. Stewart and Mabbutt. It's a goal they really deserve. Brady. Devonshire. Well, certainly West Ham have got the know-how to hit back here, and Brady not too far away. Walsh. Now Waddle. And still Walsh. With West Ham just hesitating for a moment, and that's a terrific save again by McKnight from Stewart's header. It's Mitchell Thomas leaving Brady behind. Oh, and it's a freak really. The ball just sat up and he looped it over the goalkeeper.
That's rock bottom for the Hammers. Only 13 points from 17 games. And more bad news. Julian Dix and Paul Ince are suspended for collecting 21 disciplinary points. Dix already out until the end of the year. That's when Ince will begin his 3-match ban, and these are problems the Hammers can do without. They begin a busy Christmas schedule of 3 games in a week. London derbies against Charlton and Wimbledon to come. First away to title-chasing Norwich, and a first appearance on live TV.
A fairly disappointing match exploded into life in the second half. Dale Gordon scoring from an almost impossible angle, but invited to do so by the Hammers keeper Alan McKnight. And Norwich were 2 up on the hour. Robert Rosario flicking on Gunn's enormous kick. Fleck finding a couple of yards for Andy Townsend, and that was all he needed. Well, the Hammers made something of a fight of it towards the end of the afternoon, and they got their reward late on. Skipper Mickey Phelan adjudged to push David Kelly in the back there, and the West Ham penalty king Ray Stewart, who'd come on as a second half substitute having recovered from injury, thumped the ball past Gunn from the penalty spot. 2-1 it finished. There is a point at Charlton though, on a day when the goalkeepers were the stars. Bob Boulder turning away Rosenior's header. McKnight won't be outdone though as Charlton mount a charge in the second half. Mackenzie, number 8, is the one to watch as the cross comes in. McKnight just getting his fingertips to the header. 0-0. Back at Upton Park, there's still no sign of that elusive second league win. Wimbledon soon in front. Dennis Wise connecting with an inviting cross. McKnight getting his fingers to the strike, but unable to keep it out. West Ham back on terms though, with a goal right out of the Upton Park textbook. Glorious one-touch football, climaxing with Rosenior's strike. The celebrations are premature though. Wimbledon win it in the second half. Fashanu is the target from Wise's free kick. The ball eluding everybody, critically McKnight, and the goal credited to Dennis Wise.
So another failure in the league, but more success in the Cup. This time the FA Cup. The Hammers draw 2-2 with Arsenal at home and follow it up with a 1-0 win at Highbury. Leroy Rosenior scores a late winner. Ex-gunner Liam Brady is instrumental in the downfall of his old team, and Brady features prominently again as West Ham get another boost with a win at Derby.
Nigel Callaghan with the first corner of the game. It's over Rosenior, but Saunders met it so sweetly. Potts. Shilton coming for this one, he didn't get there. Kelly did, although I don't think he saw the ball go in. Brady, quickening the tempo, still Brady. Oh, that's very special indeed from Liam Brady, and how Derby must be wishing that they could have stopped him manipulating the ball with his left foot.
And the Hammers' Littlewoods Cup fairy tale continues. They beat Aston Villa 2-1 in the quarter-finals. Paul Ince is again a very influential figure. It's the best run all season, 3 consecutive wins. Can they make it 4 against Manchester United? Mark Ward is back in the side.
Here's Lee Martin. Well, Mark Ward, 2 months out through injury and very eager to make an impact here. Oh, that's a penalty. Bruce on Rosenior. Liam Brady missed against Aston Villa 3 days ago, doesn't miss here. Well taken by Ward. West Ham streaming into the middle. Rosenior, and Leighton able to push it over the top. Robson, that was neatly done. He left Mark Ward behind. Robson with the shot. McKnight's lost it. Dix is there, and Dix has lost his balance, and West Ham have lost the goal to Gordon Strachan. Robson. Martin's gone ahead of him, and Ralph Milne is there as well. And here's Lee Martin. Manchester United are in front, and it looked to me as though one kicked it against another. Alvin against Lee. McClare. They're turning on the style now.
It's looking pretty bleak for the Hammers at the bottom. 5 points adrift of Sheffield Wednesday and Charlton with only 17 points. Still a mystifying contrast to their cup form. A goalless FA Cup draw at Swindon is followed by a 1-0 win at home, thanks to Rosenior's goal. 8 of his 10 have come in cup competitions this season. And now West Ham must return to Highbury to play league leaders Arsenal. But any hopes of a repeat of the cup games are dashed in the second half.
Well, it's a ball played towards Mark Ward, and a terrible mistake by Dixon. Ward has missed a great opportunity here. Thomas. The header from Potts, and Perry Groves has looped it in. Arsenal really looking for revenge for that FA Cup defeat here. And Alan Smith has almost certainly sealed the victory. Devonshire. Gale did well to deliver the cross, and Rosenior at the end where he scored in the cup tie. Dix. Still Julian Dix. And there's still some fight left in West Ham. It's 2-1 now.
It's the holders Luton in the Littlewoods Cup semi-final. The Hammers have home advantage in the first leg. It's televised live.
Wilson on the far side. Across there towards Hoffert! Good work by Wegerle. He's got to the byline. And it's an amazing break. And Wegerle has made it 2. Harford, Wegerle. Oh, that's got to be a penalty. And it is. Julian Dix, well, how on earth did he expect to get away with very nearly strangling Wegerle inside the penalty area? That's what it is. 3-0 to Luton.
So West Ham's fine run in the Littlewoods Cup comes to an end. Luton follow up that 3-0 win with a 2-0 victory on the plastic. John Lyall drops goalkeeper Alan McKnight in favour of veteran Phil Parkes. Leroy Rosenior has a cartilage operation. He misses the FA Cup game at Charlton. West Ham win 1-0. Mark Ward is sent off. He'll miss the quarter-final tie with Norwich. League action now with home games against Queen's Park Rangers and Coventry. It's Rangers first.
Ward's corner. Ince! Well, Seaman made that look easy, and it wasn't. Andy Gray. And Gray's in again. He must score here, surely. Great stop by the veteran Phil Parkes. Still goalless. Here's Paris, the substitute. Potts. Oh, and Dennis came flying in there. The referee will want a word. He's suggesting he got the ball before Ward, but his name will go into the book anyway. When it's onto that, over he goes, and that'll be a penalty for Coventry. Kilcline against Parkes. No problems for the Coventry skipper. Ince takes the return from Dickens. Possibilities here for West Ham. Peak across to cover. And Slater won't give that up yet. Here's Ince again. Now then. Yes! A triumph for persistence. And West Ham back on terms. Brady again. He's having more and more of an effect in midfield for West Ham, and Devonshire's away, chased by Bennett. Slater, the fullback. Dix is arriving. That's a marvellous save by Ogrizovic.
West Ham are now stranded at the bottom of the table, 3 points adrift of 19th place Newcastle. They've really got to start winning soon or face the drop. Defeat follows in the FA Cup. A goalless draw at home to Norwich means a replay at Carrow Road. The Canaries storm it 3-1. John Lyall signs former hero Frank McAvenny from Celtic for £1.25 million. The Hammers hope he can add to the 33 goals he scored in his first spell at the club. McAvenny plays at Aston Villa. It's great to see him back in the claret and blue. Although he doesn't hit the net, West Ham win it with an absolutely spectacular goal.
It's an awkward one for Parkes, but he kept his eye on the ball, and here's Ward. And now Ince. And Aston Villa have to turn and chase back, and Paul Ince goes on. Ward breaking to the right, but Ince shoots. Oh, it's a stunning goal! No one really really got a challenge in on Paul Ince, and Aston Villa certainly paid the price. A great strike by one of the country's most promising players.
A rare league win, but now 2 more setbacks. At Spurs, and first of all, home to Norwich.
Linegan! That's the breakthrough Norwich were looking for. There's one for Allen to chase. Tony Gale is between him and that goal. Oh, he's done him. And he's beaten Parks as well. 4 minutes left, and that'll win it for Norwich.
West Ham have defended well in this first half. But here's Naeem, and he's found a route through this time. Stewart, who's too strong for Potts. And that has to be a penalty. So Fenwick again. 2-0. And Stewart's onside. He's won a penalty. He's going to get a goal for himself.
They're still stranded at the bottom. One consolation is defeats for both Newcastle and Luton, and the Hammers have games in hand too. They've got to make the most of 3 home games in 8 days. Leroy Rossignol starts the match for the first time since his cartilage operation. He gets a goal too in the draw with Derby.
Micklewhite. Nice ball, Goddard. Micklewhite goes on. Oh, and Micklewhite scores. And West Ham's defending, well, they were all over the place. Paris. West Ham with plenty forward here. On by Dickens. Rossignol. Marvellous save from Peter Shilton. Rossignol. And they've beaten him now.
McAvenny just hasn't run for him since he's come back to West Ham. But here's Keane with McAvenny's help, and he scored a fine goal. Mark Burke, who's seen a lot of the ball in the second half. Pallister's right in there, and so too is Slaven, and West Ham have lost the lead. Pallister, Slaven! That's incredible and heartbreaking for the Hammers. Cockerill, and Rodney Wallace has caught West Ham a little cold here, and he's finished it off. A terrible start for West Ham in the first minute. Ward, they've really got to up their approach now. Osman, and he's been penalised for handball. Liam Brady with a lot of responsibility, and he's shouldered it. 1-1. Here's Horn. Danny Wallace. Barry Horn again. Right out. Simple and effective. And Southampton have regained the lead.
And Southampton win it 2-1. It's West Ham's 18th defeat of the season. Staying up looks like a lost cause. You can never write off the Hammers though. They haven't given up. The next 4 games produce maximum points. It's an astonishing run. It starts with the biggest league win of the season over East London rivals Millwall.
Dix. Oh, and it's gone through the goalkeeper. He couldn't have seen it through the crowd. Paris. How West Ham must be wishing they could have played like this at home earlier in the season. And Dickens unmarked at the near post. Slater. still Stuart Slater. He's got Paris inside him, and West Ham have virtually wrapped it up inside the first half.
Will Gales let Lormer in here? Must score, surely. What a start for Newcastle with just a minute played. Well, there's one for Slater to chase, and he's got the better of McCreary as well. Now then, can he finish it? Good stop by Wright. Keane. 1-1, Kevin Keane. Slater's away again. He's been causing problems all night. Keane. Another good stop by the keeper. Ward. And West Ham are in front.
Foster. Breaker's header. It's snapped up by Kevin Keane. And that's a beautiful through pass for Alan Dickens. Can he finish it now? He can.
Ward. And Dickens is making a lovely run through the middle. Here is Dickens. And West Ham are in front. A gloriously composed piece of finishing by Alan Dickens. Still the Hammers lead by a goal to nil. Another one now would finish Wednesday. Keane, Rosinia. They just won't lie down, West Ham.
And they're off the bottom. Newcastle are already relegated. Although West Ham are 8 points behind Wednesday and Luton, they've still got games in hand. If they continue the form they've shown over the last 4 games, anything's possible. The last Saturday of the season, the Hammers travel to Goodison. Only another win will do against the Cup finalists.
West Ham really starting here in determined vein, as indeed they have to. And this is Stuart Slater, away from Poynton. And he's beaten Ratcliffe as well, and Southall. What a start for West Ham. It's set up for Sheedy, and that's his trademark. There's Trick Dix. Dave Watson's there. If only West Ham had played with this passion and purpose earlier in the season. Paris, and that's a push by Ratcliffe, and they've earned a penalty. This for 2-2, and the responsibility rests with young Kevin Keane. Southall with a superb save, which might in the end mean relegation for West Ham. Well, West Ham a little unlucky to meet Everton at a time where they're all playing for their cup final places. Bracewell has booked his.
That defeat is a crushing blow. The situation at the bottom's looking bleak again. Newcastle have gone, so have Middlesbrough. There's still an outside chance though. If the Hammers can win the last 2 matches, they'll be safe. Villa will drop. It would be one of the great escapes of all time. The Hammers have to beat Nottingham Forest and Liverpool away to stay in Division 1. At Forest, they get a fantastic start.
So another game that West Ham just have to win, but it's possibly asking a lot against a Forest side still chasing 3rd place, remember. Oh, a slip there, and Rosinia was very nearly in. Well, they've set about the task in impressive fashion. Slater, Brady clipping one in, Rosinia's unmarked. Oh, that's a marvellous start for West Ham. 22 seconds. And here come the Hammers again. Keane. Ward's gone on. Here's Brady again. They've let him go. Rosinia. 2-0. stealing forward for Forest. Here's Gaynor. McKnight came and didn't make it. Lee Chapman did. 2-1, and now we've got a real game on our hands.
That's a sensational result at Forest, and now West Ham know a win at Anfield and they'll stay in Division 1. It's a daunting task because Liverpool also need the points in their battle to retain the league title.
Rush, Whelan, great ball. McMahon, Aldridge in space in the middle, and Houghton arriving as well. Houghton wanted it short and got it. The ball deflects and Rush has missed. But it was a vital challenge by Gale that forced him to do so. The West Ham players patting the head of Tony Gale, and well they might. It was his challenge on Ian Rush as he shot that forced that ball over for a corner. Rush, good layoff. Whelan, McMahon wanted to take over. Rush in the middle, still for him. It comes to Whelan, and now to Barnes. Lots of Liverpool red jerseys waiting here. Barnes, has he run it too far? No, Aldridge! Brilliant goal by Aldridge! In the 20th minute, John Aldridge, who else, gives Liverpool the lead. His 31st goal of the season. And West Ham's uphill battle gets steeper and steeper. Free kick to West Ham then. Liam Brady will take it. Killed in towards Rosenya, and he got there as well, and it skimmed the top of the bar. Well, that was unlucky. On to Ince, Rosenya, Dickens, Rosenya, good football from West Ham, now Ward, Dickens, let it go, Rosenya, fine goal, they've equalised, Leroy Rosenya, Ronnie Whelan, Houghton, now McMahon, Barnes outside him on the left, McMahon going alone, and a splendid run by McMahon, oh it's a great save from Alan McKnight. He just tipped it over. The West Ham penned in their own half at the moment as Liverpool turned the screw a little tighter now with McMahon. Great ball for Houghton. Oh, it hit the post and came off the defender for a corner. Dick's taking his time, getting it through, and he's given away a needless throw-in, and Liverpool could profit here through Houghton. Lovely run by Houghton. Yes! Houghton gives Liverpool the lead. 2-1. And on again. But Dick's across to cover. Beardsley's dispossessed him, and Houghton is unmarked in the middle. He could finish off West Ham here. He has. Houghton's second goal of the game, Liverpool's third, and that means second division football for West Ham next season, and that could also mean a league championship to Liverpool this season. Ablett, Houghton dashing into space, he badly wants to complete the hat-trick, but Rush wants a bit of the action as well, and Rush might get some of the action. He has. Liverpool's fourth, and Arsenal will curse that goal. It's made their job even harder. 4-1 to Liverpool. Ian Rush. And the inevitable cry from the Kop, are you watching Arsenal, as Rush goes through and could make it 5. Great tackle. Great tackle by Paris. And Ian Rush, how unusual for him, took too long to make up his mind. But that could and should have been number 5. Paris with a classic tackle as Liverpool press again here. Barnes. Still Barnes. The shot deflected and it's gone in. It's 5. Liverpool celebrate yet another goal.
So the Hammers' final record, 19th place, only 10 wins, 38 points from 38 games, not enough to avoid relegation. Look at that, just 10 victories. It costs manager John Lyall his job. Lyall leaves the club after 32 years' service. The goal scorers, Leroy Rosenior, 7 in the league, 8 in the cup, total of 15. Kelly, 6 in the league, 5 in the cup, 11. Dickens with 7 goals, and Paul Ince ends up with 8. Good luck for a swift return to the First Division. That's really where West Ham belong. We leave you with our goal of the season, scored by Paul Ince at Villa Park.